When I pick my herbs, I don't pick them all the way. You can take the tops off them, and there'll still be some left. And they'll keep flowering, and this part will get bigger. And that's when I cut this one back a couple of times. And I cut that back a couple of times, but left them back so it can go to seed and reseed. So it can spread here. And I don't mind it spreading there, because that is Shadow's cat mint. I've let some fall over so it can seed, and I'm not going to touch it. This stuff here I let keep flowering for the bees, because they're really, really loving it. And at the back, it was all seeds, like that. I don't know if I can get a close-up, but I can't see through the mirror when it's this bright out. But these are seeds when they dry out completely, and you can turn them upside down in a paper bag or a container, and all the seeds will fall out. There's a little spider on there. But all the seeds, the rest of them can fall off into the garden here. I took a lot of herb to dry. Getting stuck here. I took a lot of the green and the flowers to dry, but I left a lot of it to flower because those bees are really enjoying it. And there's not, well, there is food, but they like herbs, and I think herbs is really good for them. Look how much manure is under the quails. And lost food. Yes, Robert, I realize that all of that is wasted food. But they do have a feeder, and I'm going to be making some better ones for the quail, so they don't waste that much. But I have other chickens around that's going to scratch that up, and they'll eat anything useful out of there. But I got all of that here for herbs, and all of that there for seeds. And I have that SHEDWARS seed package thing, seed box. So I can add some of this catnip seed, cat mint, sorry. Because it will come true, it will grow that tall in good soil. Look way, 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 way up, John. I can't measure that until Caveman gets home to help me, because I can't reach above my head to measure anything. Even if I use a ladder, I still have to go above my head. I love those dagga flowers. Wild dagga. There's a squash that seeds came from Time to Shine Homestead. Maybe I can get a close-up there a little bit. Those flowers are really awesome. I've saved them seeds for 5 to 10 years now, and I keep growing the flower every year to get more seeds. And it works really, really well. And my animals are going to love all these sunflowers. But I think my beets really need some water. I don't know how they're going to be, but it's going to be raining soon. And then hopefully they'll perk back up and we can get some leaves. Some more leaves off of them, because I don't want to pick them when they're wilty like that. They really need some water. It's been threatening to rain the last week, but it's been going around us again. There's some that are, oh, this is a black dye sunflower, a Hopi black dye sunflower. This one went variegated, and I wanted to show you guys before it's done. But the leaves were really variegated, still are. It's really beautiful next to this big, huge one. And I believe it's the same, but this one came out variegated, and I want to show you the purple. They're really, really purple, but they make a black dye that you can dye stuff with. I thought that was really cool to have that in the sunflower. I believe you can still eat the seeds, like a regular sunflower. This one here is a monster tawny boy. I don't know how tall it is, but it's tall. I really need the rain. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Quiet moments in the garden, the peacefulness is really what I enjoy this time of year. You're gathering up your vegetables, and that's that catmint too. But I think it's a different variety because it doesn't get that tall. It kind of crawls, but I don't think I have seeds on that one. I think it's more of a crawler. The tomatoes are starting to show some color. I love those purple tomatoes. I don't eat them, but I love the color on them. I love the purple. And if I'm not going to eat it, I might as well enjoy looking at it. The guys will eat them. It looks like I could probably pick some more of them. These ones are going to turn red shortly. When the rain coming, you don't want them splitting, so anything that will ripen up, you can take it in. It'll rot in the rain sometimes this time of year. You'll start getting blight on the tomatoes. This one here didn't do very well. I think it dried out too much. But, pull a couple of these. I should have listened to Remy. I need to cut the top off that, but I don't like the tomato smell. My hubby doesn't keep up on that. He's not here, so I gotta pick his tomatoes for him. I picked some yesterday, but they're still starting to turn. Some tomatoes here. I think they're okay. I'll keep an eye on them. That one's okay to come. It'll turn. They start turning a little bit color, a different color. I don't know. Yeah, there's some blush on that one compared to them. So it will turn. Those ones won't turn yet. I'm not collecting anything that's not going to turn. So I had to go through it, and I think some of these might, but they're up in the air, and caveman can pick them. I'm not picking them all. There's a nice bunch there. They turn more green than purple. They're really pretty. I found a shady spot. See, some of them might be turning, but if you leave them, they'll be okay. Cherry tomatoes don't usually rot in the rain, but these guys do. And there might be some there. Yeah, there's maybe one over there. That one. That's in the soft. Whoa! The tomato plants this time of year are climbing in them and get kind of... Like, that one definitely won't turn yet. So it can absorb some water and become maybe like these guys. One of them looks like that one will turn to lush spot on it. Now they're all up on something, whether it's mulch or a stick or a piece of wood or something, so they don't rot on the ground. Some of my apples are starting to drop, so I'm gonna have to pick these soon. They're doing really nice. I think my phone's starting to overheat and it don't get hot. That poor pepper. I try to keep it watered, but it's too hot over here. Cactus are loving it. Definitely. when the plant starts to yellow up and the means start to turn yellow and get a little, the skin becomes a little bit more pliable away from the mean, it means, you know, those are dry enough to save a seed. Anything that's still green, and then I leave on the plant and it'll finish up. Just get stuff like that before it rains, if they're close or dry, because then they won't rot. These ones, if I left them in there, they might rot. Now, my pinto beans aren't really going to weigh much, because I'm going to have to dry them and take all the pod off. But I'd be lucky if I got a pound of pinto beans and black beans maybe together. But that big pumpkin over there might make up the weight for the beans. I love growing things together. All of that, all the stems, maybe I got a pound or maybe even 2 all year. But I still like the taste of that over celery. So even if it don't weigh much, I'm growing it again. The buckwheat, I'm not going to eat it. And if I did, the buckwheat wouldn't weigh much. Maybe that pumpkin over there or the corn will make up for that weight. Because that's going to my animals. Because my animals would love it. And I'm trying to save buckwheat seeds that are ready pink. So if anybody is interested in that for next year, I will definitely be saving some. I want to get them growing really, really well. There's a pink one and a red one. And I can't remember if I saved both or not. But they're pretty. Hey, Tommy Sunshine, that ginger mint you gave me is taken off right next to my little mini ponds. I love that. And it's growing under the sunchoke, under the corn, just fine, so it can take off. I think that was chocolate. And there's spearmint in here somewhere I'm hoping will take off. But that is really nice being next to the water here. Awesome. I don't think it was really a good squash year for me. But seeing that in the garden is awesome. That is false Solomon seal. I like having that growing right in my yard. And those berries are really, really cool looking. They're not edible, but it's really cool having natives in the garden. And I love the look of these berries. They're molten. Mottled or molten. I think they're really cool. Having natives come back in the yard is really, really happy to me. Happy. But yet, I planted it right next to something, or planted that right next to something. This will die off, but it looks cool back here for this summer. The plant was going crazy inside and fell out of its pot and everything out here. So I just put it down there. And I can take cuttings and start it over again. I think I have some in the fish tank still. But it's cool that that's taken over that area. And I have a bunch of natives in here too. There's another one of them, but there's trillium in here too, which is really cool. Oh, and a crazy, 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 crazy garden. I love this time of year. It's still hot. Everything is blooming or kind of done blooming and pruning. Everything looks just so cool. Beautiful. Ragnarok Prepper. I have seeds for that I'm going to collect right now, but I can't remember the name of it. Maybe you can help me in the comment section. Here's it flowering. It's kind of almost done flowering. Evil butterfly. But it blooms for a very, very long time. And it's a herbal. And I know I have it here for a reason, but I can't remember why. It's growing here now. It used to grow over there. So it spreads easily. I think I dropped seeds over here. And it's growing over here now. So I will collect some of them seeds too, because I think it's useful, and it spreads quick by seed, and those are really, really dry, and it's going to rain. Really too dry. There's tomatoes over here. Oh, one's ripe over there. But you want to collect calendula seeds. We collected the beans in there, and they're all drying out anyway. And that's perfect time to collect your dried beans. But there's some tomatoes that I'm just going to leave out. They'll enjoy the water and get a little bit more plump. And they won't crack. This one over here might. But I want to see how big this one gets. I took one in already that was like that because it fell. But that one is an awesome tomato. It's like two of them stuck together. The flower on it was huge. Oh, there's a little mark from that. But that one's staying up pretty good. There's a couple more in here, and I didn't even plant these ones. They came up on their own from last year, and I just moved them around. So that's pretty good for free tomatoes. I planted the purple ones, a white one. This one in here, and that one might be ready to come. Oh, maybe not. It's still really green. I'll just flip it over. Make sure it don't fall off. I'm just checking everything to make sure I get everything in before it rains so it needs to come in. Oh, there's that other big tomato over there. So, that's good. I'm getting dizzy, so it's getting really, really hot. I opened this up so all those tomatoes can blush a little bit better now. That had the beans. Now the marigold will take over in the middle. And I think we have a week or two without frost. So, come down this way. We can still see I've got corn here. And we just bought corn at the store. They had it on the cob, so I left this stuff on here. I kept testing it. It's still edible. So I got some cobs in the fridge, and I got some still out here. I think this is the Botalicious corn that we got from Will It Grow. It is a really yummy corn. I love a sweet corn, and that is really sweet. And it don't go like hard, chewy hard. It stays nice and soft. And that, I believe, is from Haas Tools. And they have some pretty good corn seeds, man. I am impressed with the selection of corn they have. But they don't deliver out of the U.S. So I went with Rare Seeds, heirloom Rare Seeds, I believe, is the YouTube channel. So I'll put in the description. Baker Creek is the seed company. But this one here is from Go-Go Mama, Highland Homestead. And I believe she was on Team Will It Grow, if I'm not mistaken. Or was she on her Aquarius? I can't remember. I can't lift my camera up in this frame for Shed Wars video. But there's another one in there, and there's more beans here, but they're not dried yet. And there's peas, but they're not quite done yet. And the corn is not quite done yet. So I still have a little ways to go, and we've got a week or two without frost. So, much love, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the view. I probably put in about 10 packages of peas this year. I think I weighed in a pound, maybe. I don't even think I weighed in a pound because I'm eating them all out here. I love eating peas in the garden when I'm sitting out here for a while. They're a really, really yummy snack. I don't know what this is. And this is a candy cane hybrid from mine. Or, I don't think that is a loofah. I think it's a candy cane squash. But it's a different color. So, I can't wait to try that one. I think there's one over here that we didn't pick. Yeah. Mikey showed it to me. He made it. Cleaning it out. But I don't think it's quite done yet. My fingernail's still kind of going in it. So, I don't know if I'm picking that one. I might pick it. I might just leave it. It's not gonna rot out here, that's for sure. So some of this is suffering really badly. I don't think we're gonna get any corn off of that because of the water issue. It may not even rain today. The beans did very well. So I'm glad I put beans in between the corn because we actually got something out of here. Now I need to mark where these potatoes are, because they're not handling the heat very well, the heat and the dry spell very well either. But the beans, look at that, there's more beans. You know, green beans, when you start picking, you can't stop. These ones kind of wanted to vine on me, but they're not total vining bean, so they're just half vining. And the potato. There's a pepper, like that lettuce had it. It's chicory, but I'm leaving that one to go to seed, and I pulled 2 out to eat. Yum, yum. Right here. Got lemon balm down there, nice. And I got a lot of hay for the goats. There is some stuff in here. I don't think the meat's stuck in here, though. So, it kind of got really too dry for them. But I got lots of meats out there. So I'm not worried about it. I'm also watching for the sale on the meat so I can pickle a bunch of them. Those are purple hot peppers. There's some in the greenhouse. There's my okra. That one's about to flower, but I've had lots of flower. I've had okra, and I've had some going to seed now. So I'm so happy about that. It wasn't the best year, best year for me, but my temperatures drop too much at nighttime, so it stops the growth. They only get so tall. But last year I put them right in the ground, and they would start and something would eat them, so they didn't even get a chance to grow. This year I started them in the greenhouse and then put them out here when they're, maybe even a foot tall, and they took off really, really well. So my peas from the grocery store, the bag of beans, like dried peas, they did amazing. That's where I probably got my pound of peas from. Because I know I got at least a pound of these peas. But I didn't let them dry. I ate them like this. Because I can buy the dried ones. I have half a bag still. Make soup. But when you get them young and really good, that was a little old. That's okay. Still yummy. But they're still kicking. I'm debating whether or not to pull them. I think the goats can eat them. I can't remember if they can eat bean plants, peas and beans or not. I don't want to give them a bellyache. There's supposed to be carrots in here. Yeah, I don't think they did very well. I only see a couple. That's not very big, and that's a white carrot. I got lots of them growing in the yard that grow better than that. Yep. I think they might be that greeny white carrot. And I have Queen Anne's lace growing in the grass way better. This weed took over, and I couldn't pull it out without pulling the carrot out too. So I said, whatever, let it grow. So I should have let it, planted my carrots maybe later, so I could have pulled all that out and then planted carrots. Probably would have worked a lot better. And I do have another zucchini thing growing in there. I don't think there is any on it. I have a pepper squash that another thing Time to Shine gave me. And it's got a couple of pepper squashes on it. But I think we might want to save the seeds for that one. So I'm going to let them be mature. They might be already. Look how dry that's gotten. Got all the sun chokes there. See, it never flowers there. It's way too dry and hot. It's all sand. So we're trying to improve the soil out here with the litter, animal bedding, like right here. We put peewee over here. So that improves the garden lots. Pepper squash. Oh, look how big that's getting. I think it's a pepper squash zucchini hybrid. Oh, I don't know. That's weird, Tommy. It's growing up my lilacs like yours wanted to. Came in, so they're two. Yeah, they're two. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful looking squash. But I think it's a zucchini pepper squash hybrid. So I might let them go to seed, but if it's a hybrid, it may not produce good seed. It may produce something totally different with the pumpkin over there. So I might just take them off and not save the seed. But it's growing like crazy. Yeah, I think I'm going to take them off. Those are beautiful. Wonder what they taste like. They look good. Wonder if I can make a noodle out of it. Anyway, you can probably stuff them too. Cut them in half and stuff them. We got lots of peppers to stuff in there. I could have one of these so you guys can have peppers though. That's an idea. And then there's a bunch of tomatoes and some dill. I love the smell of dill in the summer. But I think I have a butterfly that likes eating them. And I guess that's okay. I'll share with the butterflies. Evil butterflies. That's okay. They're not eating everything. They're leaving me some of it. I found another pea. Yep. Maybe it's big enough. Yum, yum, yum. Yum. Put back in the garden. Or peewee when I made it. Peewee's molten. Are you sweating? Blowing all your fur out? He's enjoying getting moved around the garden. It's a little bit cooler for him. Seeing something else big pick me for it rains. These peppers there sitting on the ground at the tip. If I let that tip continue to sit on the ground when it rains, it will rot that tip right off and rot that whole pepper. It's a long pepper. I think they might be the Jimmy Nardello ones too from Will It Grow. Thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate that. Now my hands are going to be hot because I got juice on them. There's my purple cauliflower, and I'm really hoping I get a cauliflower. And that is from Rare Seeds, I believe, and that is from Mark. So thank you, Mark. Hopefully I get a little bit of a cauliflower before the cold comes. It look really cool next to the nasturtiums. I found some ones that are variegated this year, and they're so pretty. It's coming out there. I really like that. Really pretty. I like to have pretty in the garden with vegetables. That's why I mix things up too. Because you get flowers and food. And it looks awesome. I got basil there. I had a couple of them that were seeding. But I think they're over here or something. Oh, another pea. And another one. Oh, look, there's green onions in there too. And I grew them green onions from seed. This spring, actually. So, Will It Grow in Time to Shine there gave me some onion seeds to plant, and they worked really, really well. Okra, there. I have one going to seed and one going to flower. So I was finally able to taste it, and I like it. And I'm going to let that one go to seed. It's still kind of soft. I probably can still eat it. That's cool. Okay, no more. We're ending with the evil butterfly that just took off there and these gorgeous flowers. Beautiful and useful. Okay, there's always one more. I picked up all the tops off of here. And when you pick off a top like that, it grows 2 tops. And then you got 2 tops to pick off. And you get really nice looking mint. Now, when this stuff, it's still kind of good and still kind of nice, right? But sometimes there's holes in it, or it's old and stained, and it's kind of strong, and if you got, you know, that much of it, you want the tender stuff. But I use this stuff to go in the chicken nest boxes, or I give it to the rabbits, because even dried up like hay, and it's really good, like, for a lot of stuff, okay? I'm not going into details about mint, look it up. You like mint, Evelyn? Evelyn approved. Oh yeah. Evelyn said don't take all the flowers, because the bees like the flowers and other bugs. She don't like biting bees, but she likes the other bugs. So she told me to leave the flowers. Right, Evelyn? You like the flowers? Because they attract bugs that you can eat? Yeah, you like that, eh? Thanks for the tip. Okay, that's set for these buckets, so I don't have to minus it off. It's already minused off. There's a pound. Half a pound. Oh, I should fix that. There's no more bucket. Oh, cheat, you gotta go back. There we go. Nice, 1.5 pounds. Pepper squash. Another 1.5 pounds, nice. Nice pepper squashes. And then the rest of that, maybe, I don't know, probably weigh 1 pound or 1/2 pound. Yeah, it's probably 1/2 pound vegetables there. So that will make up for that one. Make it 1 pound. And then those are 2 to 3 pounds. That was 1 pound. So we're all good. Nice. Nice little veggie haul. I got one of these the other day off the plant, and I got one of these too. Maybe I should weigh them too. Tommy Sunshine was saying I should be weighing some stuff up. Shouldn't be a part of Shed Wars sometimes, but I'll just quicken it up here for you guys. Do some editing. Perfect. What was that one again? 1/2 pound. 1/2 pound. That's pretty cool. Nice harvest. So far. Yum yum. You like right? Yeah, you're right beside it. Very much. Like way up. Way up. That was pretty cool. Sunflower. Love to measure that thing. Those ones are almost taller than me. I'm short though. Some of them are Tom sunflowers. Tommy's. That one's another black dye one though. It's purple. Purple sunflower seeds. It's very neat. Probably. Yeah, that one. That one's cool.
You got okra underneath it.
And yeah, that one, like, that one's huge.